Hey.
Hi. We haven't done this in a while.
Pretty much almost a year.
Yeah, it's been a minute. And I can tell that the wind is going to make my hair be
When you're in a mountain.
annoying.
When you're in a mountain, so
And on an island. Oh, it feels good.
so blessed.
Yeah, life is grand.
So grand.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Anyway, I just want to wait till someone comes on so we can check the audio.
Don't you remember? We don't have friends.
Because nobody wants to
Nobody
hear the
cares
truth.
the truth. No. They're like, oh, it's those guys. Block.
Yeah.
No, not really. But sometimes.
Well, the reason we haven't been going live is because we've been spending so much of our time inside of the community that we've been building. Are you okay?
I'm
You
just
having
messing with
problems?
you. Yeah.
You're making me forget what I'm saying. Anyway. No! Sorry.
Got a message. Popped
Yeah.
up. We responded.
So yeah, we've been putting all of our energy in. Who's here? Hold on, I see somebody. Tell us if you can hear us, if the wind is messing up everything that we're saying, because we don't want to just be sitting here talking and then you guys not be able to hear us.
I don't know who's in.
How do you see the comments right here?
Yeah. No. No. Alright. There's new updates on this thing that I've never seen
Yeah,
before.
it's been a minute since we went live. What are you doing?
I don't know. What is this?
You locked us out. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, we're just going to go ahead and start regardless because nobody's saying anything yet. So
Whatever. It'll work.
anyway, as I said, we've put in most of our energy and time into the course and the community that we've been creating because
Last year.
we put our posts out, and everyone that sees our posts, you guys, this is not to be mean or anything, but you meet us where we speak and where we stand from your own perception, not from ours. So it's easy to misconstrue and misunderstand the things that we say because you're only understanding it from the level of your own perception. So anyway, I wanted to talk about all this shit that's going on right now with humanity, and I don't even pay attention to any of it, but I wanted to go over it so that you understand, because when you only look at the surface level of something, you actually miss the reality of it, because there's a lot going on behind the scenes. You got to realize that we're only able to interpret 10-20% of actual physical reality. The rest is in the ether. The rest is ethereal. And so that's the part that we're missing in everything. Every scenario that we're looking at, everything that we are putting our eyes upon and then bringing forth a judgment upon that, what we see, we're missing a huge part of the picture that makes it easy for us to be swayed. It makes it easy for us to be manipulated and sent in the wrong direction with our consciousness, because we are missing the other pieces to the puzzle that they have taken from us. They have stolen it from us. They've hidden the truth from us.
And they started at a young age.
They started at the beginning of all of this. All of existence is when it started. So that's why I want to go over this, because it's easy for everybody to get caught up in their emotions with all these movements, all these protests, the riots, the looting, all these different things. But for you to truly grasp and understand what's actually going on here, I had to do this so that some of you can get more clarity and a little bit of peace in your life,
It
because
might be backwards.
it's going to be a little backwards, but I don't really care. You get the picture? Because I'm going to show it to you on a piece of paper.
You could post it in the comments.
Yeah. So right now, you are in the center. You are what's called Earth. You're on Earth, the Earth stage. That's the center. In the ether, the Earth is the physical realm. But in the ether, there is an as above and there is a so below. So as above, so below. And on each side, you are making, each day, you're in the center on Earth, and you're making a choice with your free will. And whatever choice you make is taking you in the direction of as above, or it's taking you in the direction of so below. And you have that ability to make that choice in every moment. Most of you don't know what choices are going to take you up or what choices are going to take you down. That's what we put that course together for.
Well,
Not just that, but other things to let you know how to amplify yourselves.
Yeah, or the fact that you even have a choice.
Right. Most people don't think that they have a choice, and they think that they are victims to reality and everything's happening to them, but it's happening because of you all, because of us all,
That's
not
what everybody's
to us
in right
all.
now. Everyone's in the victim mentality right now. You see that in playing out in the news right now. Everybody is playing the victim role. I'm hurt because of what happened in the past.
Yeah, the past doesn't exist anymore, and the future doesn't exist yet. The right now, here where we are, and what we can do with it is the only space we can put our time, energy, and effort towards. Anything that we do in any other direction is futile, and it's not going to sustain itself. So you have to understand that there is a bigger picture here, and this is an actual spiritual warfare. And here is the kicker. You, me, Ryan, all of us, we are portals to the ethereal dimensions to come to Earth and exist and experience the physical. So whether that be our angelic embodiment or whether that be our demonic embodiment, those things have an entry to Earth to experience this reality based upon us and our choices. Now, no one can take our free will away from us, but they can manipulate our free will and to get us to do things with our free will that will take us into that lower vibration. So what I want you to do is look around at all these different things that, yeah, everybody just left on that one. That's funny. Living in denial. You guys are going to suffer. I'm telling you, you're going to suffer if you don't pay attention to this shit. You are the one that is going to bring this all upon yourself. All right? So in the ether, we have the as above, so below. If you look around, we have the looting, we have the riots, we have the you got to be locked down in your home. There's COVID-19. There's fear this, fear that. Do this, do that. Everything, right? It's everything is giving you an opportunity to use your free will to not go based by fear, not make choices that are fear-driven. You want to make choices that are faith-driven. Fear-driven choices take you to the below, and in the below, you suffer. So that's what's happening right now. They are getting everyone in, they're lowering your vibration, because when you lower your vibration or you raise your vibration into you raise it into the above, then your angelic embodiment can come through the portal that is you, and then that angelic embodiment is what's existing in the physical vessel and experiencing the world around it. But if you lower your vibration, then you go down into the demonic realm, the so below, and then that demonic you comes, and anything that is in that realm can come through the portal that is you in that moment and experience and create and cause chaos and hell all over the world through our own hands, through our own doing. And that's what's happening right now. They've got everyone completely blindsided with your emotions. When you are in your emotions, guys, you are completely blind. You can't see anything. You know this to be true because how many times have you got upset by something and then got all worked up over it, right? You're furious. And then when you calm down, you're able to actually see what was really happening in that moment. It's because you were blind when you were emotional. So they do everything that they can do to keep you swayed by your emotions so that you cannot see what's actually happening. So what have they done to humanity? They have you all emotional, 1. They have you all in fear, 2. And they have you all low vibrational, 3. So therefore, what have they done? They have submerged the entire existence of humanity into hell.
Yeah, and they're going to cause the emotions by just causing absolute chaos. They don't care how it looks. There's so much negative things going on in this world that it's just all jumbled together. So you could try to take apart one chaotic thing, but behind that chaotic thing is still dozens upon hundreds upon thousands of other chaotic things that come with it. So it's kind of forgot what I was going with that.
Well, this is what all of it is about. So you have right now, you have your white versus black. You have your right versus left. you have your red versus blue. You have all of these different things that are happening right now to keep you distracted and an emotional wreck. You're in turmoil inside. This is how they This is how they torture and torment your soul. Mm-hmm. Because everybody's so focused on the flesh that you don't understand how your soul works. You don't even know. Most people don't even know they have 4 different bodies, and each one of those bodies have a mind, and they have their own operating system and their own container. And if you don't understand these things, then you cannot oversee your own consciousness. If you don't understand that you are a portal and that any moment you can bring heaven or hell through you into the physical reality, then you are not in control of yourself. You are not overseeing your dominion. And this is what they want you to be, completely blind, dumbed down, And a roller coaster, they want you to be like this with your emotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your real estate, each side has an army. We have the angelic army and we have the demonic army. And there's spiritual warfare going on right now, and the only way that they can battle each other is through the physical. They don't battle in the ether, they battle through the physical. This is the war zone, the earth. And you are the soldiers, depending on which direction you take your free will and your choices. And if you don't know what those choices emit vibrationally and where that vibration takes you in the ether, then you don't know where you're at and you don't know what team you're playing for. You may have the best intentions in the world and have the worst actions. You could have the best heart and still make a low vibrational choice and take yourself into hell, and you're suffering your own hell, but you have a great attitude and you have a great intention towards the world, but yet you're suffering and you don't know why. It's because you don't know the vibrations of your choices and you don't know what realm they're going to. And again, this is why we put together the course, so that in this time, in this moment, when all of this is going down, everyone would be prepared and equipped to understand what the choices they are making and what side of the field they're playing on. Whose team are you on? You don't get to sit on the fence right now. That's not what time it is in earth and humanity and what's going on in this whole existence. We don't get to sit on the fence neutral.
There's no such
Being
thing.
neutral is just as bad as being in the below.
Yep.
That's what you're going to experience.
It actually
You have
is the
to
below.
It is. You have to choose high or low, as above so below. Which one are you going to choose? I wanted to touch on this because I'm seeing everybody so worked up. You guys, I know a lot of you have huge hearts. I know a lot of you want to go out and change the world. First off, you have to change yourself. You can't change shit outside of yourself if you haven't been able to oversee and manage your own consciousness. If you can't even do that much, nothing that you set outside of your home, your heart, or anything is ever going to last or stand or have a strong foundation. It's always going to fall apart in front of your face. And you're going to be wondering, why do I keep going in the circle? Why does nothing that I ever try to do for anybody ever actually happen? Because you never did it for yourself first.
That's your test.
Yes. The small little things add up to the big things. It's something we go over in class over and over and over again. I ingrain that in everybody's head, because if you cannot do the simple things every day to tend your own beingness, meaning everything that you do at every moment, you are going behind yourself and you know exactly what you're doing, why you're doing it. You know that it's efficient. You know why it's efficient. You know what direction it's going to lead you in. You know that it's going to protect you or cause you chaos. You know these things before you get there. You can walk up to a being, a person, a situation, whatever it is, and know whether or not that thing, that situation is going to bring you heaven or it's going to bring you hell. Is it going to amplify you or is it going to drain you? You will know that. But they took all of this information from us. That what we do with this class is we help you remember, one, who you are, and through helping you remembering what you are or truly are, it activates all the dormant DNA that they have made dormant. I said it and finished my statement before I got done.
They turned off your DNA.
Yeah.
That's through the magnetic fields around Earth, and on top of that, the food, everything that you eat, everything that's in your environment, the frequencies all around you, it literally deactivates you. You are a walking sound frequency. You're a walking
microphone.
resonance.
Yes.
Like, it's all connected. Everything's light. Everything is sound. The moment you do something that turns that off, so like I said, like eating like McDonald's or something, it turns off your DNA over time.
That's a low vibrational choice that takes you into the so below.
Yes.
But if you go out and you eat a plant-based diet, then that's
Alkaline.
a high vibrational choice, and that takes you into the as above.
You do that because everything's connected, because you are connected with Earth. So it only makes sense to eat things that come naturally to Earth. You don't eat something that is forced upon, that is man-made, that is processed. You don't eat that because it's not a natural reoccurrence in nature. So because it all connects. You're connected to the earth, the food's connected to the earth, you eat the food comes out and it gets right back down towards the earth. Like it's a cycling process.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you're always amplifying the essence of it.
So
and that's just one. Right.
There's so many different levels to this, but this is the entire reasoning for the matrix that we are inside of, we're not inside of it, we're outside of it, and anyone else that has come through our course already knows how to be sovereign themselves as God is sovereign. But this is the matrix that any of you that don't know these things are in right now. And you're subject to all of those things if you don't know this.
You're in the matrix. Some
Yes.
of you refuse to unplug yourself.
Well, that's the thing. They market to you all the things of the flesh that would lure you in for you to have a desire, and that desire, they don't tell you, is a low vibrational desire, and therefore when you desire it, you are taking yourself into hell, thus opening a portal for anything that is in the so below to come through you out into be of that low vibration to anything outside of you. So you could be the one that is the issue, that is the problem. You're always the issue and the problem, but you're also the solution. But I'm saying, you don't realize they are bringing demons up from the so below through you. And if you don't know what your demons are, you can't get rid of them. You can't close the portal. So in class, we go over every character trait of the demon so that you can call them out. You can recognize them. No demon can stand within the vessel of the person that knows it is there, because a demon works just like a parasite. It is in your body without you knowing, and its job is to feed off of you, and you never know about it.
And how does it feed off of you? Low vibrations. Anything that lowers your vibrations, anything that stresses you out, causes you pain, causes you agony, causes anything that just doesn't give you life. That amplifies it. You are a battery to them.
It cannot withstand a high vibrational vessel.
Yep.
It has to eject from that vessel because it's not allowed entry into heaven. That vibration is too high for it to exist upon.
Yep.
So it just, if you haven't seen the movie Venom, watch it. You'll see clearly right there the Venom suit. What do they do to get rid of the Venom suit? They raise the frequency, and it ejects it off of the body. It no longer can take over its host. So that's what's happening right now. So if you're just out here looking at, well, Trump said this, and Biden said that, and Hillary did this, and Obama did that, and Q said this, and blah blah said that, you're lost. You're lost in all the fucking distraction, and you don't know what's actually happening underneath the veil of this. That is what this is. It's a big magic trick. They have thrown the sleight of hand trick. Distraction over here. You see magicians do it all the time. They prove to you that it works. They can do something right in front of your face. As long as they just shift your focus over here, they can hold something right here in front of your face and you not see it. And that's what they're doing.
Anything in this world right now is literally just a distraction from your spiritual self, because it's not about.
That's the only work you should be doing or focusing upon, and they don't want you to know that.
Like, everything is a show. This is literally a show. So when you are here on Earth, they have a set. I don't want to say set, but there are people in place that are creating this illusion, both on the good side and the bad side. It doesn't matter. It's to get you to see everything for what it is and make your free will choice to go on a more aligned path. Because if you make the wrong choice, you're not only going to go through hell to see what happens when you go through hell, but you're also going to be put into the same cycle if you don't call out the problem. If you are living in a hellish, let's just say, I don't know, let's say you're an alcoholic and you finally get sober and you make a wrong decision to go hang out with some friends that you know are going to be drinking, and you know that it's going to be tempting to you. And you've been sober for a long time, you've been saying, oh, I've eaten right, I've done this right, I think I'm good. But then you have a drink. And all of that hard work that you just did to get sober and to prove to yourself that you're better than what you are is now gone. And you take another drink. And then what's going to happen is you're going to make a bad choice, and something's going to happen in your life where you're going to be tested again to see if you're going to either go down that same dark path and not realize what's happening and get lost in the abyss, or if you're going to recognize what you just did and make a different choice to go to the aligned path. It's all about recognizing your being aware of your thoughts and your feelings, and basing your actions off of what resonates the most, what makes the most sense to amplify you. Because if you do not do that, you will continually go through a loop of hell.
That's the thing. You can't just go based off what makes the most sense to you, because if you are completely lost and blind in the abyss, then something that is very low vibrational can make tons of sense to you, and you won't know it because you're ran by your flesh and not your ethereal form, not your divine higher being.
Your higher self, yes. And you become, the best way to become aware of that is you have to know what's happening all around you. And that's what we offer that. We talk about that shit in our class. We literally get you so aware of yourself that it's impossible for you to make the wrong decision. And
not that it's impossible for you to make the wrong decision,
but when you do make
you
it,
are
you're aware of it.
completely aware of what you are doing. There, and everything in front of you you see right through it. You get X-ray vision like Superman, because there's nothing that can fool you anymore once you have the full clarity of the whole picture.
Yep.
They like I said, they took so much of the whole picture away and gave you little tiny pieces here and there so that you would never be able to figure it out and have that clarity, because clarity in itself is a superpower. So many things that you are able to do when you have clarity that you can't do when you're lost in confusion, and that's what the abyss is. That's one thing you guys have to realize when you're out here manifesting and all of this shit. Yeah, law of attraction, manifestation, all this shit. One thing you don't realize is that manifestation is magic, and it's temporary. And it's just something that even I didn't want to accept for a while. It is temporary. It does not stay. It will go away just as fast as it came to you, and you will be wondering, why does everything that I manifest? Yes, I can manifest beautiful things, but one, when I do manifest them, it comes with things that I never wanted, and two, it goes and disappears.
Yeah, everyone's got it ass backwards. Everyone, even the gurus on YouTube and in other courses or whatever, the well-known people in the world, doctors, are telling you how to manifest. They're saying that we're moving towards this age of enlightenment, which is
They're
true.
They're keeping you stuck in
giving you truth.
The abyss, the illusion. One thing that they don't understand is that there is an abyss and there is a truth. And the abyss and the truth look exactly the same. The only difference is one gives you bliss, one gives you heaven, one gives you joy and all of the good things in life. It gives you that Eden. The other one just gives you chaos. Yeah. And it keeps you running in circles. You continue in your cycles and you don't understand why it never changes. Why does none of this stay and is a solid foundation? It can't stay. It was never meant for you.
Yeah, manifesting is just you going out of a way. Manifesting is another word for desiring.
And desire is of the flesh.
Yeah, when you say you want something, it's saying you're essentially telling the ether that you lack it. But at the same time, you could say, well, Ryan, I tell myself I'm feeling grateful as if I already have it. I see it, I feel it, I'm manifesting it, I'm grateful for however it comes. But people go out of their way. It doesn't work like that. A lot of people have manifestation wrong because they're going out saying, I just want a car, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to see this car everywhere, and I'm going to feel it, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I get that car. But the problem is, you end up getting it, right? It's a good thing in the right now moment, but was that car actually yours? You went all out of your way to get it.
But here's the kicker.
Is
when
it yours?
You get the car, here's the way to tell whether or not it was supposed to be there or not. Do you have to force it to stay?
Yeah, like, do you have to struggle to keep it? Are you keeping it for the for attention, right? Are you doing it because you're caring about another person's opinion of seeing you in that car? Or are you doing it because it's the right thing? It came to you. It makes the most sense for your situation.
I ran around the universe long enough going in all this ping pong table bullshit to know that I don't want to waste any more of my time with holding on to things that never belong to me. So I let go of that a long time ago, and I'm here now in the moment. And all any of us can do is be here now in this moment, and we can only do with the matter of the moment. That's it. You can't do anything about the past that's already happened. You can't do anything about the future that's not there yet. You can only do something with right now. It is the only way. So, anyway, I just wanted you guys to understand what it is that they're doing to you right now, because every time I go on Facebook now, it's exhausting. Everyone is draining the fuck out of my energy reading your words, because you don't look past the surface of something. You are getting triggered and offended by your trauma bodies, your emotional bodies. You're not, and you don't even know it. And then you're lowering your vibration, and then you're allowing your demons to come out and attack everybody. And right now, everybody's demons are, if you really look around you, really, really look around you, and you will see that there are nothing but demons attacking each other in every direction that you see.
This is the storm that we've been told about for the last 3 years.
This is what I've been trying to prep you guys on my page for years now. I have been warning you and warning you and warning you that this day was going to come. Trying to prep you. Nobody wanted to listen. Here we are. There's still people that are stubborn and don't want to listen. It's going to be your own. You're the one that's going to be on your knees having to finally surrender. You're going to be the one that's brought into the corner of inevitability that you can't run from. And the only way to get out of it is to walk through it. hey, if you want to be brought to your knees, if you want to be that stubborn and make it take that much to get you to finally wake the fuck up and do the right thing, then hey, that's all you. That's your choice. That's your free will. Nobody's going to stop you from doing that. But you don't have to do that.
Yeah. We're in a transition right now. This is what you would call the apocalypse, right? We're in the apocalypse. There's an ending of a whole era that has been going on for thousands of years, and there is a beginning of a new one. I don't know how a lot of you follow cosmology and astrology and all that, but we're in the age of the Aquarius. It is literally a whole different energy to it. There is going to be an entirely new update and upgrade in energy, and people are starting to feel that. And before it can get to that, we have to go through a purge.
Yes, your soul
because
has to be purged.
as we ascend, there is no room for demons. It doesn't work like that.
No.
You can't have it's like where everybody has a Venom suit on, and we're rising the frequency of Earth. Go look at the Schumann resonance. That's Earth's resonant frequency. It's been, for the last couple of years now, it's been shooting up anywhere between 40 hertz to up to 170 hertz, 180 hertz, which is ridiculous. That means that the pulse of it is increasing, and it's getting stronger. And because it's
that
getting
means
stronger, we are getting
humanity
stronger.
is getting stronger because it is its resonant frequency, because that is our resonant frequency. It's not it is a frequency that affects us. It's us that affects it.
So by default, everybody on Earth is feeling more than they've ever felt. If people are living in hell, they're experiencing hell on a whole nother level. If people have been in heaven and are on their aligned path and have been working on themselves, they're experiencing and feeling a side of life that has never been felt before. Well, it has, but
yeah,
in the
but they're on a higher,
previous past.
You're experiencing an extreme of whichever side you have decided to go on. Like, what neighborhood are you in? Do you even know? Do you know which team you're fighting for? Which team that... I know that I was fighting hard. I was a soldier for the Abyss and didn't even know it, because it looked, tasted, smelled, felt, looked... I mean, it was everything that the truth was. And that's the way that it was created that way for a reason.
It's all
if there's no order and there's no discipline involved, it's not the truth. If you're looking at the Abyss and everybody's just like, you guys are putting things on your own shoulders. You got all the weight right here, and you wondered why the fuck you feel overwhelmed and weighed down all the damn time. You put everything here on your shoulder and think that you have to create and manifest your entire life to this grandeur magnitude. And what you're doing is you're limiting yourself, because your creator already algorithmed you to have the most blessed life that you could fucking fathom. You can't even fathom because it's so big. But you are like, you know what? I'm the one that has to do all this. And, just screw that guy that had just great plans created for me. I'm going to do it all on my own, and I'm going to limit myself in what I can have in this world. That's what humanity's doing right now.
Yep. Sad, but it is at the same time necessary. You can't look at... It's a time for compassion, but here's the thing. If you try to hold yourself back to save somebody else, you're only going to hurt yourself.
You're not just going to hurt yourself, you're going to hurt them.
You're hurting humanity.
Enabling. Yeah, you're enabling. If you have anyone in your life that you are tolerating them to continue to be that so below self and be acting demonic ways, and you're just allowing them to stay there because you either don't want to rip off the band-aid, or you know them a long time, or blah blah blah, whatever the fucking reason you have to justify it for yourself, you're enabling them to stay there by tolerating it. You're letting them know, because you've set the standard and tone of your kingdom to say, hey, I tolerate bullshit drama, and I tolerate all this stuff that drains me. Come on, bring it. That's what you're emitting to the universe, and it's going to bring you a fucking shitload of it, truckloads of it, I'm telling you.
Think of it like this. The best way to teach somebody is to do it yourself. You can't go and tell somebody how great a movie is when you've never seen it. You can't tell somebody that this diet where going plant-based is the best thing for you if you're not eating plant-based. You have to be the example. If you just go out there and you're telling people how to ascend, how to be spiritual, how to actually make something of their life and go on the aligned path, and you are just sitting there in absolute chaos, living in your hell, that doesn't serve any purpose. You have to fix yourself first, get your shit together. And yes, it may it is coming with a sense of kind of selfishness at the sense, but it's not selfishness in an arrogant,
It's
I'm better than you way.
selflessness because you're thinking about the bigger picture instead of just yourself.
Because we're all connected, right? So if you neglect yourself, you're neglecting humanity. Everything, it's a 6 degrees of separation. Everybody is connected to everybody. So however you operate, people see that. Like, for example, a person in our class, Maribel, she decided to herself to start making a change within her life. And I'm not going to say exactly what it was, but she made a decision with her family, and her family noticed it, and they came up to her and they're like, well, I'm not going to do this anymore because you decided not to do it anymore. Like, you inspired me to go and be a better version of myself. Like, people learn through witnessing. You can't sit
and
here.
And you can't join them where they are in their low vibe. Once you reach heaven, your highest state, right? You can put your hand down and say, hey, I'm here for you if you want to help yourself, but they have to reach up and they have to do the work to get up there. You can't pull them up. You can't duffel bag drag them. You can't do anything like that. You have to be the example. And once you get to that post, you don't leave post. You stay there. You hold those standards so that they then see you operating, because nobody can follow an example they don't see. So if they don't see you operating that way, then how in the hell could they ever operate that way for themselves?
Point is it's don't worry about what other people are going to think. It doesn't matter. Some people at the end of the day are not going to make it through this transition. That's their own fault. That's their own demons coming out, not letting them take control. It's their own choice.
Here's the thing. There's some people out here in this world who their vessel is driven by their demonic lower self, because they've been taken so low into the below that their soul is in a cage in the back of that vessel just screaming to get out. It's suffocating back there, and the demon is in control. Yeah. And then you have the others where they know they have the demons inside of them. They know they have things that they need to work on, but their soul is at the forefront, and the demons are back there knocking on the door trying to get in, and they're like, motherfucker, I ain't letting you in.
Yeah. So the important thing to take away from all of this is self-mastery. If you can't master yourself, you can't master anything. You can't fix yourself, you can't fix anything.
You're adding to the collective hell when you're not taking responsibility and accountability for your own actions and the vibration that you're emitting, and which kingdom you are amplifying to rise on earth.
So ask yourself some questions like, are you on your aligned path? Are you working on yourself? Are you completely aware of your every emotion to the point where just thinking about the dumb decisions that you made just makes you go, wow, I am an idiot. Like, I gotta stop doing this. Or are you ignorant? Do you not know what you not know? Are you just settling? Do you have cognitive dissonance? You hear something and automatically just turn it off because you just don't want to hear it because it doesn't match your belief system. We are in a time that if you are going to be that stubborn, like the best word, stubborn, in your own beliefs and accept that what you know is just finite truth, that's it. You're going to lose this game. You're going to lose. You're not going to make it out. You're not going to make the transition.
Here's the thing is every moment you guys are in and we're in, every moment we're all in is training. It's prep work for the next chapter of our lives. And if we don't pay attention to right here, right now, and ourselves within right here, right now, we will be unprepared for later. Right. We will get to that future moment that we wanted it to be, and we will be disappointed because we were not prepared for it. So then we had to go through training again. And go through training again and again and again until we snap the fuck out of it and realize, hey, I'm in training. I need to pay attention to what's going on around me. I need to pay attention to what's going on within me. I need to pay attention to who is around me. I need to pay attention to what is affecting me, how I'm affecting it, what's happening to my grid, how my constructs and containers are operating. These are things that you need to know, and they didn't teach us in school any of this shit. They wanted us out here completely fucking lost to anything, and so we would be an emotional wreck, in turmoil, in torment, and never be able to rise up heaven on earth. They want us to embody and only bring forth hell, because that's what they are. Thank you, baby.
So look at it like this: how she said everything is training for the next moment. There's a quote that goes, "You can't connect the dots looking forward; you can only connect them looking backwards." It's like this. Look at every single event. Look at where you're at right now, the current situation. Some of you are probably in great places. Some of you are probably in bad places. Can you go back to the exact moment that you remember that if it wasn't for this part right here, I wouldn't be where I'm at? And now think to yourself, that part, did you know what that part was going to bring when that part happened, when that event happened? Did you know where you were going to be exactly right now? The answer is no. You can't know. The only thing you can do is trust that you're going to be taken care of, right? If you were to know, that's manifesting. If you're manifesting, you're putting expectations out there. You are putting your desire to have a certain result come into play, which throws off the entire universe, throws off every piece of alignment, and causes you to have internal chaos in whatever way possible. But you have to look at this moment right now. This video, just the people that are watching right now, this part, you might hear something in this moment that might not resonate for the next week, month, year. And next thing you know, you're going to look back and be like, that's why I was on that live. It's because I needed to hear this seed. I needed to catch that glint of information. I needed to download this blueprint. It was because I got that. I'm ready for this. So every moment, if you don't know what's happening, welcome to the unknown. That's where everybody should be. You don't need to be knowing what's supposed to happen. Everything that's meant to happen for you will come to you.
If you are walking in alignment with God, then you will be at the right place at the right time with the right equipment, tools,
and when we say God, guys,
to do no. When I say God, I'm talking about Creator, and then God's system,
not religion.
God, I'm not.
This is not religion.
Religion has nothing to do with truth.
Religion
in
is
fact,
illusion.
Religion, they took bits and pieces of truth and created religion. So. Yep. If you want to get to the source of the information that your religion is talking about, then you need to get to the truth. That's the real language.
Study
that
every
is
religion.
You don't even have to do that. But what I'm saying is if you walk in
saying.
alignment, then you're always in the right place at the right time with the right tools and the right people and the right materials to get everything done with the most effortlessness involved in anything that you are doing. And most of you are running around trying to make every little piece fit and overworking and overwhelming yourself. I literally am. I'm just here. And everything that I need just aligns with me right when I need it. And I don't have to sit and put any extra effort in any direction whatsoever towards anything.
Let me tell you from experience that when you don't have to put expectations out there, life becomes less stressful automatically. You have nothing thinking that, oh, I need to do this, or I have to do that, or I'm expecting this, I'm expecting that. You have nothing being put out there. You're not putting a finite vision that's going to possibly not work out, and then you get worked up emotionally and then cause yourself to go down an emotional roller coaster. If you just sit there in the unknown and you put trust into it, because this is one thing we tell our class is that in the law of this universe, it is physically and scientifically, quantumly not possible to have two things in the exact same space at the exact same time. For example, my cells, my molecules, the atoms that make me, cannot take the exact same space that her molecules and atoms and cells are occupying at this very moment. Take that concept and then do it with emotion. You can't have a trustful emotion and a fearful emotion at the same time. If you are saying, I trust it, I'm all for it, but then you go back to your house and you sit by yourself and then you start thinking of all the possible ways this can go wrong, and I don't know. And the moment you say, I don't know, or it automatically overtakes that trust. And you just sabotage yourself. You have to have a blind faith. You have to just understand that everything is going to work out for you. And that's the hardest thing, is because you've been so conditioned to just be scared of the uncertainty. If you are certain you're being successful, you know what you got to do. That's what you have to do to be happy. You got to know what's to come, and you got to have to be prepared. And if you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail. If you fail to plan, you're planning, whatever that quote is. It's all bullshit. That is illusion, causing you to get sucked into the matrix. If you live in the uncertainty, knowing that that's where everything aligns, you have nothing to worry about, because all that is supposed to be yours will come to you effortlessly, and all that is not meant to be yours will leave. And if you are stubborn, and you are recognizing that this thing that's in your life is not meant to be, and you keep it out of greed, it's gonna get ripped away even harder from you. Imagine the longer you keep something, imagine that there's just all band-aids, all duct tape, just getting stuck to your skin. And every time you sit there, keeping the thing that's not supposed to be yours, it is just being pressed harder and harder and harder, until a moment comes and the universe is like, That's not supposed to be on you. And it's ripping it, and you're sitting there in agony. Oh, it hurts so bad. What the fuck is happening? That's what's going to happen. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be, and the more it's going to hurt. You're sabotaging yourself. So the way I do things is, if it's not working out and we clearly see it, fuck it. Let's whatever we got to do. What do we have to do? Do it. Do it now. Why? Because it's
Get back in
inevitable. You have to do it.
yeah.
It's all an algorithm. If you don't do it, it's going to happen. It's going to do it anyway, and it's going to be a lot worse. Or you can recognize it right from the beginning, being aware of yourself and your thoughts and your feelings. Take care of it now. Preventative action. Guess what? You don't got to be harmed. You don't have to fucking suffer.
Yeah. So anyway, we can't go over and explain every single thing and every detail and every perception that we go over in the class. We put the class together so that we could do that in a structured, organized way so that we could walk people through their entire consciousness, and by the time you leave, you're in complete control of yourself and a sovereign being. Only if you took the action to make yourself sovereign, though. You don't just know something and you're sovereign.
You can't
have to
declare
take
yourself
action.
sovereign. That everybody will laugh at you.
Yeah, so
I'm
anyway.
sovereign!
So, hold on.
No.
Anyway.
It doesn't.
If you want more of this that we're talking about right now, and you want to get yourself into the know on what's happening behind the veil, and you want to be an asset instead of a liability, you want to be an above instead of below, then come get in our class, guys. Quit fucking twiddling your thumbs and sitting there stressing yourself out. I can't tell you, I have not seen one of you on my Facebook that has not said something about how you something is going on in your life and you wish that it wasn't. Not one of you.
You do it because that's all you know.
And I'm sitting here like, I can help you not make that happen. Just fucking wake up and listen.
Stop holding on to things that are not yours. So what? You have that cool house or that beautiful girlfriend or boyfriend, and they mean everything to you. If they are draining you,
all right,
reevaluate your shit.
So just know, if you didn't catch the whole thing, go back to the front at the beginning of this after we end it, so that you can catch the beginning of the video and see what we were talking about with the above and the below, and what you do, where you put yourself in it. And if you want more of it, like I said, get in our class, contact us, and also, you are for sale every choice that you make. Understand that. Your soul is for sale every choice that you make. Not even gonna say your soul, because your soul is never for sale. Your vessel is for sale. You buying it. Every choice you make there's an entry ticket for either realm to come through and come into the physical. And if you look at the world around you right now and you deny what we have just said and said that no, we're not living in hell, none of that exists that you're just talking about, you're completely fucking blind and oblivious to yourself and the rest of the world around you. And anyways, that's all I'm gonna say.
Keep doing you.
You guys have a wonderful, blessed day, and I hope that you will stop getting caught up in all this bullshit and distraction that's trying to take you away from yourself and the real work that you are here to do, and you actually get some shit done with yourself. All right, have a blessed day, guys.
Peace.